So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video we will do some numericals on the topic which we have learned in the last video. We have learned about work, then we have learned about energy, and we have discussed about mechanical energy, and in mechanical energy we have learned of two types, that is potential energy and kinetic energy, which is Ke and Pe. And after that, in the last video we have learned about power, and in this video we will we have discussed about SI units of all and formula for work and power. Now in this video we will do some numericals based on the formula of all these concepts. And if you don't know about this, you can see the last video on my channel, and if you remember all these terms, then please comment below. And now let's start with questions of work. Guys, now we will discuss some questions or some numericals based on work. So first question is that if a child applies a force of 5 Newton on a toy cart and pushes it through a distance of 3.6 meter, find the work done by the child. Now in this question, force is given as 5 Newton and distance is given 3.6 meter. So everything is in its SI unit, and now we can directly apply the formula. So work is force upon distance, and now we will put the values and we will solve it. So 5 upon 3.6. video बंद करो यार. Solution. Now guys, we will discuss the question numericals or based on work. Now our first question is if a child applies a force of 5 Newton on a toy cart and pushes it through a distance of 3.6 meter, then find the work done of the child. Now here in this question, force is given and displacement is given. Force is 5 Newton and displacement, which is S, is 3.6 meter. Now we will find the work done. So work done is equals to force into displacement, which I have discussed in the last video. So force into displacement. Now force is given as 5 Newton, so we will replace this with the replace it with. Now guys, we will discuss some questions or numerical questions based on work, which we have discussed in the last video. Now first question is if a child applies a force of 5 Newton on a toy cart and pushes it through a distance of 3.6 meter, find the work done by the child. So first we will see what is given. In this question, force is given as 5 Newton and displacement, which is represented by S, is given as 3.6 meter. Now as we all know, the formula for work done, which is W is equals to F dot S or F into S, that is, now we will, if we replace this formula with its value, then we have 5 instead of force, and then instead of displacement we can fill 3.6, which is 18 joule. Now this is in SI unit. Now let's see the second question. So guys, the second question which we will discuss is that a coolie lifts a weight of 20 kg on his head at the height of 1.7 meters and find the work done by the coolie against the force of gravity is G if G is 10 meter per second. Now let's see first force. In this question, force is not given to us. Instead of force, mass and acceleration due to gravity is given, and as we all know, force is mass into acceleration. So here M is 20 kg and acceleration due to gravity, which is represented as small g, is 10 meter per second. Now to find force, we all know mass into acceleration. First we will find the force and we will multiply mass and acceleration due to gravity, which is F is equals to m into g, and m is 20 and g is 10, so we get 200 Newton. Now work done, it has asked work done and a height is given of 1.7 meters. So work done is equals to F into S, which is equals to 200 Newton into 200 into 1.7, which is equals to 340 joule, and this is our final answer, means work done is this much. And now let's discuss some questions based on kinetic energy and potential energy, and then we will discuss about power. So guys, now we will discuss some questions about kinetic energy. So kinetic energy. Now the first question is, if a bullet mass of a bullet is 10 gram and the speed of the bullet is 200 meter per second, then find the kinetic energy possessed by the bullet. So first we all should know what is kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body due to its state of motion. Now we have learned the formula in the last video, which is half into mv square. Now in this case mass is given as 10 gram, but we have to find in SI unit, and gram is not the SI unit of mass, it is kg. So we divide by 1000, and now from here we get 0.001 kg, and now we will and here velocity is given as 200 meter per second, and now we will apply the formula, which is equals to Ke is equals to half mv square, which is equals to 1/2 into 0.001 into 200 into 200. गलत है ना? So guys, now we will discuss some questions about kinetic energy. Now first we all should know what is kinetic energy. Actually it is the energy possessed by a body due to its motion. Now we have learned the formula in last video, which is half into mv square. Now if it is half, and our first question here is that the mass of a bullet is 10 gram and the speed of the bullet is 200 meter per second, then find its kinetic energy. Now first we know that mass in the question is given as 10 gram, but gram is not the SI unit of mass, it is kilogram. So now we will convert this 10 gram into kilogram. Now 10 upon 1000, and here 0 cancel, and we have 0.01 kilogram. 0.01 kg is the mass of bullet, and velocity is given as 200 meter per second. Now as we all know, the formula is half into mv square. So Ke, which is kinetic energy, is equals to half mv square, which is 1/2 into 0.01 into 200 into 200. Now if we see this, our answer is 200 joule, and this was the first question based on kinetic formula of kinetic energy. Now we will see the second question. So guys, the second question for kinetic energy is that a car of mass 800 kilogram moves at a constant speed of 20 meter per second. Then find the kinetic energy. Now in this question mass is given as 800 kg and velocity is given as 20 meter per second. So directly we can apply a formula, half into mv square. So Ke to half mv square, which is 1/2 into 800 into 20 into 20, which is equals to 16,000 joule. No, 1,60,000 joule, which we can write as 160 kilojoule. And this question is very easy and it has been solved. Now we will see some questions based on the formula of potential energy.